I want to welcome all of you to the Cannon County Chamber Connection. This is our May taping of this, and of course, it's brought to you by DTC Communications. They're a great partner for the Chamber, and we do appreciate them because they make this show possible to highlight the things that are happening in our county and also the people and organizations in our county and the people that have joined our chamber, and they're not all from here, but we welcome them, and we hope that continues. So we just want to thank you for watching, and you'll learn something today. It may not be what you'd like to learn, but by the time this time is over, you will have learned something. I have a whole month of activities as well as a full table as far as guests, and so we'll get to that right away. And Karen, we'll go ahead and start with you, and you are one of our county commissioners.
Yes, ma'am, I'm a county commissioner.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you. I'm a 911 dispatcher and a bus driver.
Well, all right.
So I'm not busy at all.
Oh, wow. And she also heads up the Gazaway Homecoming. And that's the event that we're here to talk about today. And this is a yearly event
Yes, ma'am.
that you have. And it's a lot of fun. Gazaway is a very small community.
It is a small community. We'd like to invite everyone to come. It's going to be June the 3rd. And we start with a ham breakfast at 6. Goes from 6 to 10.
What all's included in that ham breakfast?
Ham breakfast, you get ham, eggs, 2 kinds of gravy, biscuits, and fried potatoes. And then orange juice, coffee, homemade jellies.
All right.
Yeah.
That even sounds good sitting here. I don't think I'm trying to remember if I ate anything for breakfast, but go ahead.
It's lunch hour, you got to cut that out.
We have a really good ham breakfast, and we'd like to invite everybody to come to that. But if you have kids, you might want to come early because we start games with the kids at 9 o'clock. And you don't have to be a kid to play, but 9 to 10, we have games of all sorts. And we give away, I think it's $5 for the winners of each one of the games, plus everyone gets or the first 3 get a little ribbon.
Oh,
A ribbon.
okay. I couldn't help you out because I had no idea where you were going.
Then at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a ventriloquist. David Turner and friends is going to be there at 10. He'll be there from 10 to 10:30. And 10:30 to 11 is Greg Mitchell. And then Harold Duggan, Ridge Top, which is a gospel music group, Loriana Blatton. And the parade will be at 1 o'clock. It starts over there at Highway 53. You can't miss us. But we would ask everybody to come participate in the parade that would like to.
Do you allow 3-wheelers?
We do, but
Yeah,
we do
for
ask them to
us.
park the 3-wheelers after the parade and not be going back and forth because people can't hear the music.
And not do wheelies while
Not
you're
do
doing
wheelies, yeah. We like to have lots of horses and wagons or just horses.
Old cars.
Old cars. We
Young
have had a
cars.
bicycle before, a group of bicycles, and I think they enjoyed that. But it seems like today more people want to drive 4-wheelers than bicycles. But we'd just like anybody to participate in the parade. You don't even have to call about the parade. And after
Just show up and get in line.
just show up and get in line. We'll line you up where you need to go according to what group you're with. And then after that, we'll have Lost in Time. Jerry George from Gazaway plays with this group, and it's going to be a couple of guys from, to be honest with you, I forgot where they're from, but there's a couple of guys that's going to play with Jerry Ray. And then Patsy Noakes and Nick. Men of Grace, that's another gospel group. Divine Encounter. Jeff Noakes, he's doing our PA, but he's also going to play. And the Noakes Boys, that's a bunch of the Noakes kids.
That's the whole
So
family,
that's some of the
because
whole
they all
family,
play
so from
something.
young to old.
That's right.
And then 61 Seconds And the Gilly boys will close us out. They start playing close to 7 whenever they, we get to them. And throughout the day, we'll have some different giveaways. We'll usually give away a rocking chair, $100, country ham, and then different people give us stuff to give away. So we'll have that. But we're going to try something new this year, and I really want to advertise it. If you live in Gazaway or have ever lived in Gazaway, we are wanting to display wedding dresses this year.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't have your dress, if you have pictures of your wedding, that will work too. But Jama will be in charge of that, Jama Hancock, and I'll give you her number. That's 615-563-2387, 2387. And for booths, if anybody knows anybody that has a booth, we have the food booth covered, so we don't need any food, but we'd love to have some craft booths of any kind. You can call me, Karen, at 615-563-4183, and you can leave a message if I don't answer, and I'll call you back. Also, last year, and I'm hoping they'll come back, we had Forestry doing a demonstration on wooden shingles. And I think Smokey the Bear is going to be there. He was last year. He rode in the parade, and then he came on stage and talked to the kids. But we'd like to have some craft booths. They're kind of hard to get. They're only $10 for the whole day. Stay as long as you want to. I'll be there on Friday afternoon. If you do have a booth and you want to set up on Friday afternoon, that would be a great time to set up.
What time does your event start? 6:30 in the morning, and then
We
just...
start at 6 o'clock with breakfast, 9 o'clock with the games, and then 10 o'clock we'll start our music. And then the parade's at 1.
Okay.
So I can't think of much else I need to say, but
Well,
if
I think
anybody
you've
has
got a
anything they
day's
want to
worth
do,
right there.
yeah.
You
I
have.
think bring you a lawn chair, and I think we're going to have a big tent. Last year we had some rain, so it the crowd kind of left and then came back when the rain stopped, but we're hoping to have a big tent this time just in case we do have rain or just to keep you out of the sun.
Okay.
So,
Okay, after the ham breakfast, are you going to have a fish fry or?
yes, I'm glad
Anything.
you brought that up. Fish fry will be around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have
Okay.
fish. And the fire department will have hot dogs and hamburgers all day. And then Michael's Barbecue, he always comes, Christy Q.
Yes.
They always come and set up too. So we got plenty of good food all day long.
Yeah,
all
sounds
day.
like you do.
We
Karen.
do. We have some good food.
And I don't care how big or how little the event is, one like this takes time and energy and a lot of coordination to get something like this going.
And I appreciate
so.
the help I have. Takes several ladies to cook this food all day
Oh,
long.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, we appreciate all the help. Gary and Jama are really instrumental in helping me out on all this stuff. And then I can't name everybody because I'd leave somebody out, and I don't want to hurt any feelings, but
And then
all the
they'd be
people
mad
who,
at you.
Right. But all the people who participate in doing this and putting it together and making that day an eventful day, but we'd like to have a lot of people come out.
Now, that's
We used
June
to have
3rd.
like 500 people, June the 3rd, starting at 6 o'clock in the morning and it'll go to 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That works. All right, I know you don't have much to do. No, with all your jobs. But we do appreciate you coming in and telling us about this. And everybody out there, we're really close to Smithville, McMinnville, all down that way. You can stop by Gazaway. You'll have a good time. If you
That's
just
right.
stop by and see what's going on, eat something,
A
listen
lot
to
of
some of the
people who used to
music.
live there don't live there anymore come back and see a lot of the people who I hadn't seen in a year,
Yeah.
or maybe more for some people.
Kind of
but
like a reunion.
it is.
isn't
It's kind of like a reunion. It started out as a school reunion
Right.
for the people who went to school at Gazaway.
And you decided
And
to
then we
party
decided-
along with that,
right.
didn't you?
Right. We decided to just make it a yearly event.
All right, well, there's not a thing wrong with that. Well, we thank you, Karen,
Thank you.
for stopping by and
asking
seeing
me to
us, and
come.
we wish you a lot of luck for this event.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, the next one we're going to go to over here is a new member of the chamber, and he is Scott Wimberly, and he is an attorney at law, And his office is in Murfreesboro, right, Scott?
That's right. And some people call me Scott Wimberly. I'm also Scott Kimberly.
Kimberly, I'm sorry, what did I say?
There is a judge I will not name.
David's it right there.
That for the first 2 years of my law practice, this is about 5 years ago, in his court, I was just Mr. Wimberly, and which is actually a more common last name than Kimberly. So I went with it.
Just answered anything.
I said, yes,
I
Judge.
do.
Like, I'll be your Mr. Wimberly. That's fine. I have no problem with that.
Okay, it's Scott Kimberly with a
There you go.
K.
Just
It's
like the
Wimberly
girl's
with a
name.
K.
Yep.
That's what it is. But anyway, you did join the chamber
I did.
in Cannon County because you're in court up here a lot, aren't you?
I am. I spend a good bit of time in court out here. You know, what some folks might not know, and I think you knew this, Rutherford and Cannon County do a lot of things together. United Way of Rutherford and Cannon County. I think the Child Advocacy Center works in Rutherford and Cannon County. But one thing, too, is I'm a bar officer for the Rutherford and Cannon County Bar Association.
Okay.
And so we have a bar association. I know several lawyers who practice a lot in Cannon County because Rutherford and Cannon, for now, there's been discussion of potentially changing it, share a judicial district, which means we share circuit court judges. So a lot of our judges, David Bragg, Royce Taylor, Mark Rogers, Howard Wilson, Keith Siskin, can come out here for court and help out in civil court and criminal court and things like that. So it's a ways away, but it feels like home when I'm out here because I know that district attorneys, I know that clerks, I think I told you this on the radio a couple weeks ago, that even the clerk and master here on the Chancery Court is a former district attorney in Rutherford County. So it's someone that I worked with, a friend of mine, Nathan Nichols, and just a lot of familiar faces out here.
So you're not walking in there with a bunch of strangers?
No. And I typically have a client who knows me, has a relationship with me. A judge, and the general sessions judge out here is different, Judge Melton, and she's a pleasure to work with every time I'm out here. She's very friendly. And the district attorney is actually, the district attorney who handles Cannon County is actually a gentleman who is a former RCCBA board member as well, so a bar officer as well. So it really
Who are we
is.
talking about?
Trevor Lynch.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know Trevor. A lot of folks out here may know him too well, being in court a little too much. But he's a very nice man, and again, working with him is just something I've been used to during my law practice. So I really, really enjoy. And I think we talked about it's kind of one of those of the more you get intentional about, being somewhere, you might actually think there are a lot of opportunities. My wife and I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and there's a lot of opportunities for us to come to some great events out here. And,
We do have a lot of events.
Well, I would have never, you have a great email newsletter you send out with your upcoming events that I would have never heard about had I not joined the chamber. So I'm excited. If nothing else, I'm excited to be in the loop now on.
I believe that was just 1 month's worth. Wasn't
I know.
it? 1 or
Yeah,
2 months.
that's right. And I wouldn't have known about those things. So
It gets better as time goes on. So, we're glad to have you be a member of our chamber because, like you say, we do share a lot of organizations with, even though we're the first county in the Upper Cumberland District, we still do a lot of sharing with Rutherford County because of the location.
And I might, because I like gravy so much, I end up at the mill every now and then I might.
Oh, they have a
I might
great breakfast at
Find my
the
way
mill.
to Gasaway is where I might find my way to.
Hey,
If
your
they've
kids
got a-
would like
If they
that.
got a ham breakfast with 2 kinds of gravy, that,
We have a lot, our fire departments, we're well covered as far as fire departments. I believe we may have 6 volunteer fire departments, and of course, they are all volunteer. And most of the time, most of those fire departments have ham breakfast to raise money. So, yeah, you can go to just about any one of them.
that'll turn folks out. You bring out a ham breakfast, I know, Kittrell, which is out this way, I think still a touch inside
Yes,
Rutherford
they
County.
do.
but
They have one too.
Yes, they do. They have a ham breakfast, and I asked some of my friends who have run for office before, I ask how they aren't losing clothes with changing clothes sizes from eating. When you go to a ham breakfast, and you do a pancake breakfast, and you do a sausage breakfast, and you do a fish fry, and then you got a barbecue that night. I'm like, that you're eating. Running for office is tough.
Hey,
You're
food.
eating well.
You gotta have food.
Yeah.
I don't care where it's at. We're getting ready to have good old days, and you think there's a lot of food at Gasaway. Good old days is covered up. You can get just about, you can even get Oriental. You can get just about any type of food that you want.
What's your favorite at good old days?
I'm not a big hamburger person. I like barbecue, okay. I like chicken done different ways, so I'm easy to please.
You got a preference at good old days?
Hey, I'm good with anything. All this food is making me hungry.
I know it's 11. It's lunch hour. It's not fair.
I know.
Not fair to do to people.
But anyway, we're glad to have you as a member of the chamber, and I did want to remind you that we are going to have our next mixer, the chamber is, in June. And that's kind of where you can get together and meet the other people that are in the chamber
I'll
that
have it on
can
my
come
calendar.
to it. And we're going to give you a 60-second commercial.
Sure.
So we'll see how that goes. You know. We usually have a great door prize, so if you got to have food and door prizes. If you have food and door prizes, they will come.
Don't you have to give the
So-
door prize to the newest member to keep? Isn't that how that
No,
works?
if I did, you all would have to arm wrestle or something
We're on the
because
board for that?
I have several of them that joined right at about the same time, so that's okay. But where is your office located, Scott? We never did talk about that.
Well, so I'm on the Murfreesboro Public Square, and I'm spoiled rotten. I am one crosswalk away from. If you've been to Murfreesboro, there's a 5-story building on the square. That's the only 5-story building on the square. That's the courthouse. We have our historic courthouse in the center, but unlike Cannon County, we don't operate our courts out of that anymore. We have a judicial building, and actually, if you've been there recently, they're building a new judicial building as well.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's gonna
Where's
be
that at?
6 stories, 2 blocks over from the square. So kept it downtown. It's, truthfully, I don't know anything much about construction, but the outside is going to already look like it's done. Have you been by there, anyone recently?
I didn't know they were building a new one.
It's up. It's beautiful, and it's going to be a very nice. I think the projected finish date is April of 2018, so we're within a year now. But my office is right there on the square. I'm a crosswalk away from the judicial building, and I am, like I said, I'm spoiled rotten. I do most of my court right there. Park my car in the garage at the beginning of the day and sit tight. And I love being on the square in Murfreesboro. And as it has been over time, I've also had folks coming in to hire me from Cannon County, and that's how I end up out here. Is I have people come in with that. With
What
issues.
type of law do you take all kinds, or is there something you don't take, or something that you would rather?
Well,
You
so-
have your rathers in that?
Oh, yes. And a point of pride of mine, when I went out on my own, for a while there, I was working with somebody, and when I was working under somebody, it was kind of, hey, you're going to take whatever, what's going to pay the bills. And that's fine. You can learn how to do different things. But when I went out on my own, a point of pride of mine is that I decided I'm going to do 3 things, and I'm going to do them very well. And if you come into my office outside of those 3 things, I can't help you. Now, what I did, and those 3 are criminal. I tell people I do the happy stuff: criminal, divorce, and injury work.
Oh, yeah, I bet they just die laughing when they come
Yeah,
in.
not the happiest things in the world, but invariably situations where people need an attorney. I will tell you, what I found early on was I was not a big fan of people calling in and saying, hey, I need you for a will, an estate. I need you for a bankruptcy. I need you for this. And having to turn those away without helping them. And so what I did was I pretty aggressively built a network of attorneys that I trust that do those different areas of law. So now, fortunately, my friends and family know that, frankly, if they have any problem, they can call me, because even though they might know I'm not going to take it, I'm going to have somebody that I trust to help you, which it's better than just going to the phone book.
Right.
So I really have worked very hard at that, because it doesn't do me any good if you call me and need a construction dispute handled, and I just say, tough. You know, someone gave you my name so I could help you. And so I can help you by putting you in touch with someone who's experienced there. So I can't remember the phrase you used, but my preferred areas.
Rathers.
My rathers, that's right. My rathers are criminal defense, anything domestic, which is the divorce, child custody, child support. And when people have been injured through no fault of their own, we're very, very good at helping them through that situation. And then anything else, while I may not handle it, it's something I'm going to be able to put them in touch with.
Give them a number where they can get in touch with you. I know that they're probably not going to write it down right now, and I do want you to know that anyone that we have on here for events, or if they're a new member or you need to get in touch with them, if you'll call me at the chamber, I'll be glad to give you the information you need to get in touch with them. But how do they get in touch with you?
You'll track me down, won't you?
I will.
Yes, you'll find me. My number, I don't know how an accountant didn't steal it. My number is 615-890-1099.
Okay.
So,
There you go, 1099.
And I will tell you a brief bit of news from my office, and this is new news.
Okay, breaking news.
Sometimes there's news, and then there's new news, like this week news. We have made a decision. I say we, my wife and I, and also my assistant, her name is Carly. She's incredibly important to my practice. She's more important to it than I am.
She's very good on the phone.
Yes, she is. She's everything I'm not. She's sweet and kind and likable. It's like I go the other way. But we've made a decision to bring on an associate attorney. Which is something that I've never done before in my practice. But there's a young man who just passed the Tennessee bar exam named Hunter Fowler. And he will be practicing with me, doing those similar practice areas. And hopefully, my goal there is obviously you want to build a relationship that's financially profitable, but more important to me is to provide a workplace that he likes, that's going to educate him and going to teach him how to practice law, and hopefully be something that him and his family can really enjoy for years to come. So you may meet a young man named Hunter Fowler out here.
Well, that's fine.
Coming to court.
Bring him to the mixer.
I'm going to bring him to Gasaway. He's got a 5-year-old.
Well, all right. They'll have fun out there.
I know.
The kids' games are worth going.
Yeah, I got my 1-year-old might not be up for it, but my 3-year-old.
Hey, 3-year-olds will take on anything.
He'll take on the world. He doesn't care.
They will.
But we're very excited. We talked about it's kind of like having a kid. There's never a right time for it. You suddenly it happens, and hey, what do you know? You made it. My wife and I, if you'd asked us the right time to have our children, we probably would have said not then, but they showed up and we survived.
There they are.
We survived. We're here. So I'd like to think growth at the office is going to be the same, that we're going to get through it, and there's going to be some growing pains.
You will.
I know what you think, a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, there can't be growing pains there.
Oh, listen, I had 2 right together. You don't need to tell me
How
about
close were they?
growing pains. They were a year and a month apart.
Woo. We were 14 months.
And then we were
tighter
4
than that.
years out, and I had gotten rid of everything because I thought 2 is it. I'm not having any more, and then lo and behold.
Yeah,
So then I had to go buy all that stuff again.
I know all about that.
Yeah, people ask us, the question, are you done? Are you done? And I said, we are
You're too young to be
done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Never say never.
We are happy with our 2. They're beautiful. I love them. So we are happy. But I might bring him to come burn down the Gasaway homecoming. Who sees?
Well, that's all right. We've got a fire department over there, too. So
They'll give him a fish fry, too.
that'll be fine. Well, Scott, we appreciate you coming. Like I say, we were on the radio last week, and so now you've got TV. And we look forward to working with you through the chamber.
Well, I look forward to coming to the mixer, and one thing I do find is I know more people out here than I thought I knew.
Yes, you will.
As you start to build and know business owners out here, all of a sudden it's, oh, hey, we either go to church together, or some of your
Or
family
you have
goes
some
to my church.
family
Yep.
that does.
Yep. And so it's, I really do look forward to. I've been very active with the Rutherford County Chamber, and have had such a great benefit from that, personally and
Well, I'm
professionally.
sure their events overshadow ours by quite a bit, because there for a couple of years we did Rutherford County, what do they call it? after,
Business after hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did that over at Cannonsburg. And that one time, we brought just about everything from Cannon County that we could haul down
I
there.
remember that one. You had the dancers out there, right?
Yeah,
Is that
we
right?
did.
Yeah, and you had, and I remember it. And so we'd love to see
Gerald
something like
Melton
that.
got
Yeah,
out there and danced.
Every
He
time
sure
I
did.
meet Al Melton, I know I'm like somewhere down the line, Gerald or Susan, you guys have Cannon County ties. But yeah,
Yeah, we
I
did.
remember that.
We did that a couple of years.
Great. I
So-
know it was a couple years ago because I'm pretty sure it was during election season because some of the judges were out, or some of the
Well,
gentlemen.
that
who were running
was
for
when
office.
our newest attraction was really fairly new, and that was the distillery.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm sure that was the big draw because they did make cocktails, and that drew a crowd.
People tend to get into crowds for that kind of stuff.
Well, they do, and it was nice. I think it gave us an opportunity to let people know that we did have a lot of things in Cannon County that other people don't have. Moonshine, legal moonshine was one of them, and that's okay. I don't
Sure, there's
drink
no
it,
illegal
but
moonshine. I'm confident.
hey,
of that.
listen, that's not new to Cannon County.
As a criminal defense attorney, I never heard of that.
What?
I never heard of legal moonshine. I don't know.
Legal moonshine. Well, it's legal now.
Good.
Back when, no, but that's how people lived. They made baskets and sold moonshine.
Yeah.
And that was how they made a living, so nothing wrong with that. That's called entrepreneurship.
Right.
That's what that's called.
I've represented a couple entrepreneurs.
I bet you have. Okay, Scott.
I'm so thankful you guys have me on. I really appreciate it. And I'm just looking forward to growing some relationships out here. And that's something that, our family chose Middle Tennessee is where to live, and we're just so grateful. I told you this, I grew up across the hill from a drive-in movie theater.
All right.
Something like the Moonlight, that is very nostalgic for me. So we're thrilled to be
Hey,
so
I
close.
like the drive-in. I grew up with them too. The only thing different was now they don't have speakers. And I can't tell you how many when I was a teenager that we had it where we drove off and took them with us.
Yeah, because the one I grew up at, you had the speaker that you'd hook into the window, right? So you roll the window down, hook the speaker in, roll it up.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's like a gas at a pump. You can drive off with that.
Yes, you did,
My
and
mother
it
pulled that
wasn't
one.
by mistake. I mean, we had several speakers. I don't know what we thought we were going to do with them, which was nothing. We just thought that was the
still got
big
any?
thing. Yeah. No, I didn't bring them with me when I moved down here. I thought I can leave the speakers somewhere.
Well, thanks again for having me.
All right.
very
Well, we
glad to be here.
appreciate you coming up here and taking the time with
Sure.
us. Very good. All right. Now we're going to get right on over here to another new member of the chamber. And this is one that you would probably have to arm wrestle with, Terry, because y'all joined about the same time.
I'm gonna see who's newer.
But we have Terry Bryant, and she is the Business Solutions and Workforce Developer for Tennessee College of Technology, right?
I
Applied
am.
Technology.
Yes, I am.
And that's out of
short, we say
McMinnville.
TCAT just because that's a lot to kind of spit
Well,
out.
when you called me and you said, I'm so-and-so with TCAT, and I thought, TCAT.
Yeah.
What's TCAT?
Yeah, it's Tennessee College of Applied Technology,
That's
and we're
it.
located in McMinnville. And we're right in behind, if you're familiar with the area, we're right in behind River Park Hospital. So if you can find the hospital, you can find us. We're directly in behind them. And actually, to kind of give you a little bigger picture of TCAT, there is 27 TCATs in the state of Tennessee, which we have about approximately 30,000 students that are in career and technical training. So ours can vary from 150 to 300, just depending on the time and the season for students. So
Now, when you say that, what type of what do you teach?
Okay, we have several different programs, and I have to kind of look at my notes so I don't forget.
That's all right.
Automotive technology, which is mechanic, and computer information technology, industrial electricity, industrial maintenance, or you may have heard a more familiar term of mechatronics, machine tool technology, practical nursing and hybrid practical nursing, and welding. And that's what we have going on right now. And of course, we're always looking for new programs. And what we do is we look at the needs in the area, and we service 8 counties, which is Cannon and Coffee, DeKalb, Grundy, Sequatchie, Warren, White, and Van Buren. And we look at the needs in those, and we do surveys to kind of see what the area needs as far as industry. And we try to do whatever we can to meet those needs with the education that the employees would need to get those jobs. So not everyone is going to go back to school, or not everybody coming out of school necessarily wants to go to a 2-year or a 4-year. It's not, and not everybody wants to go to a career technical school either. So that's what makes the world go around, is the diversity, I think. And so it's so good that we have people that wants to do more hands-on, so that we are more hands-on than like maybe a 2-year and a 4-year university. There's probably 60 plus, I guess, percent of hands-on in that program area, in that field, that when they go into the program, then they're going to learn. For example, if you go into welding, you're going to spend, that program itself is 12 months. You're going to spend 1,296 hours learning about welding. So you don't have to do English, math, speech, some of these other things that maybe people don't want to do. And another thing is that our time to complete the programs is a little bit shorter. We have 12-month programs up to 20-month programs. So that, that's better than maybe the 2 or 4 year route. So, it just depends on what everyone is looking for. So I know we probably have, I'm sure, some viewers that are maybe in a job that maybe want to go back to school, and or we have some coming out of high school that wants to advance on to post-secondary, or maybe you need to just brush up on your skills. That is something that we do as well. And if you're going to go back to school in the state of Tennessee, really now is the time to do that. With this Tennessee Promise and Tennessee Reconnect and this Drive to 55 initiatives, now is the time to do that, because there's a lot of financial aid out there that, people can be taking advantage of.
Well, I think the Tennessee Promise is one of the greatest things that's happened, because not everybody is college prone.
And they're not, and I think that's...
But they still have to work, and if they have a skilled
yes, and we have
labor job, that's fine.
We have different jobs. It just depends on where they go and what they do. But I mean, they are definitely family sustaining wages with these jobs for sure. And they could support a family. And a lot of people want to stay local. Somebody might not want to move. They want to stay local and have a good career. So these are definitely some options that people need to, maybe consider or think about.
And you're looking at all age groups.
We're looking at all age groups. From what I can understand, we've had people in their 70s coming back to school, and because sometimes, like I said, for example, we have computer information technology. Well, we all know that changes over time. So maybe if you took computer classes or, something about computers 10 years ago, well, you may need to brush up on that. You may need to brush up on that.
I use one every day I need to brush up on. I'll just tell you right now.
Everything is changing so rapidly.
She's an email machine. Don't let her lie to you. She's an email machine.
And so anyways, people may want to come back and just brush up on their skills. That may be something that they would be interested in as well. And a lot of this can be covered by financial aid. So we also take Pell Grant. We have a Wilder Navy grant that people qualify for. Of course, Tennessee Promise, Tennessee Reconnect. There's all kinds of opportunities. Something on the horizon for us is a couple weeks ago, I guess it was, we got word that we did get a grant that we were going to be able to help some of the students ages 16 to 24 that are coming back to school, and if they qualify, we would be able to help them with a little gas and food, money to help them, because sometimes that's barriers, because somebody may be watching and say, I can't go back to school, I've got a spouse, I've got kids, we still have to eat and the gas and all of that. So there are opportunities out there, for to take care of some of them barriers.
It's funny what people sometimes consider, and this is a skilled labor occupation, and we have Crane Interiors here in Cannon County, and they're still looking for sewing machine operators. I mean, they do upholstery and boat seats and everything. That is a skilled labor.
It is.
Because you can't just go in and sit down and do that job. That takes some training.
Now, we also stay hand in hand, working with industry, doing surveys, and we also have what we call advisory boards for each of these programs and a general advisory board for our TCAT at McMinnville. Just that way, we stay current and up to date on what those needs are so that we are meeting those needs with teaching the skills that these employees may need. And you're exactly right. What we keep hearing from employers is that we need more skilled laborers in the field. We need more people that knows how to do hands-on stuff, just exactly what you're talking about.
Well, not everybody can weld.
No,
Now, you don't just go sit down and all of a sudden you're a welder.
no, it takes
That
time,
takes some
and it's really an
training.
art.
No
I mean, if
idea.
you really think about it, you know, it's really an art.
Same
So-
way with electrician, nursing. Oh
Yeah.
golly, there isn't a better field to get into anymore than anything having to do with nursing.
And let me say this too, because some people look at this as like, if I do nursing, or if I do industrial electricity, or if I do automotive technology, this is what I have to do for the rest of my life. What I try to tell people is look at it as stepping stones. This may not be what you do, because I'm a nurse. I was a nurse for years. I went through this program myself, and then ended up later on going to mass communications. But actually, this has been a stepping stone for me. And some of these programs may be a stepping stone to your next place, you know? So I always try to tell people is not to be so have such tunnel vision and just think that it may be a stepping stone. You know, welding is something you could probably use in a lot of careers, you know?
Well, and also if you have that training, whether you do that for the rest of your life or not,
Exactly.
you do have something to fall back on if things don't work out.
You're exactly right. That's the kind of the way I looked at that. I tried to get a more steady career until I went off and tried to find, you know, something that I felt like I might like better, you know. So anyways, if I ever want to, you can always come back to the nursing. And we have, and as far as nursing in our nursing program, we have a hybrid practical nursing program, and we have the nursing program. Now, the difference in those two is the nursing program is on campus, and the hybrid practical nursing program is 51% online, 49% on campus. So that gives a lot of flexibility to the ones that, you know, they have children, they have lives. I mean, you know,
Well,
let's just be real. They have lives, and so it gives a lot of flexibility instead of sitting in that classroom all day.
Even with college. I mean, there's a lot of college that whatever you're taking or they do online.
Yeah, there is, and there is online opportunities as well. And we try to set people up for a career, not just looking for a job, but we do try to set people up for a career so they can make career choices that, you know, that can sustain their families in the location that they want, you know, they desire to live and locate their families. And so we have a lot of great programs, and what these programs do is we set you up and give you the skills needed to take the tests that are the accreditations that you need, the certifications and diplomas that you would need. And for example, like nursing, we get them prepared to take the NCLEX test. So we prepare them for that. I know machine tool technology is the NIMS, and then industrial electricity is the LLE certification. So there's different ones. And for the mechanics and automotive technology, we get them ready for the ASE test. So each program gets people ready. And for CIT, we get them ready for the A+, and we have different kind of certifications in there. But that's, you know, we want to prepare these students to get them ready for careers and to get something under their belt. And if they decide to do something later on in life, then that's fine. They'll have this, like you said, to fall back on.
Right. Well, Terry, you're just a font of information there.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I do appreciate you joining our chamber too. I think this is important, and I think a lot of kids getting out of high school that aren't college bound, I think something like this is great for them because they need something.
Yes, I think so too. And if anybody is interested, they're welcome to give us a call at 931-473-5587. And you can look us up on Facebook, TCAP McMinnville, or we do have a website. You can look at TCAP McMinnville website. So you can look and get more information. And our director, Dr. Warren Locks, is there. Our assistant director is Marvin Leisk. Our student service coordinator is Jeff Johnson. Anybody there will be willing to take any kind of questions or help you in any way. And so will I. You know, anything that you come out for a tour. Sometimes you may just want to see, we say we're this little golden nugget up on the hill because like you see this front, but you don't realize what's all in behind,
Right.
you know, and what, you know, because it kind of surprised me too. When I first went there, I was like, wow, they've got some really cool stuff. And not only that, we do try to work on the latest machines and technology and teach from those. So that's something we do to try to keep up to date. So if anybody has any questions or want to take a tour or you think you might be interested, definitely give us a call.
All right.
How long have you been there?
Since October.
Okay, good.
And I've enjoyed it. I love what I do. I love what I do.
Well, that's good. That helps.
Yes, it does. It does. I was in a job, just like a lot of people, that, you know, nursing was okay for me. It was okay because it worked for family, because my kids went to school at the same place where I was the school nurse. And that was great. But it just really wasn't what I loved. What I loved was public relations work and mass communications work. That's just something I just thrive.
I think nursing has a lot of drama to it. I do.
My sister who's a nurse, she would agree.
I have
It's
a
hard.
granddaughter
It's
who
hard.
is
It is hard work.
going through that right now.
Yeah.
And she's the one that surprised me, but she really is into it. I don't know how
Yeah.
she'll feel
Yeah.
2 years after she's graduated and everything, and really into it, but right now it doesn't seem to bother her at all.
And so I will say this, I did graduate with some nursing students that has went on to get their family nurse practitioner and different things. They love nursing. They
Yeah.
love it. You know, I just really wasn't necessarily one of those. And so I had to try to find a different path. So therefore, this became such a stepping stone for me.
You know, it was kind of like when I was in high school and I had biology and you had to dissect a frog. Now, I'm going to tell you, I knew from the very beginning that I was not going to do that in my lifetime.
Right.
I was not going to do anything that involved dissecting anything. So I guess that kind of left out
Yeah.
nursing too.
And-
I think that's a calling. I think
It
nursing is a
and, you know,
calling.
and something that we do as well is we try to look, and say if somebody comes in and says, you know, I really don't know what I want to do. Can you kind of help me here? You know, we do try to look at different things in different areas to try to help that person along the way, you know, finding that thing that they really love. So, because that's not easy. I mean, I'm 41 and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do in life, you know, and these,
When you grow up.
yeah, when I grow up, I'm going to try to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
But you know, you've got middle school students that are, and early high school students, freshmen that has to kind of put their college plan
do.
down.
They
And so
do.
that's tough to do sometimes.
Well, it is, because even when you're a senior, with the exception of a few, you don't really know what you want to do.
I'll give you a good example. I just went and talked to the Warren County High School, and I spoke to the 11th grade, and there was several hundred. I don't even know how many. It was packed, people standing everywhere. So we did it, people who raised their hands. I want to know who knows exactly right now what you want to do and where you want to go. You know. Oh, definitely way less than 10%.
Well, yeah, because you don't.
You know.
And you may change
Yeah.
8 times during your life. Look at Kobe. He's been everything, a
Yes.
policeman, a fireman.
Yeah.
Now he tapes.
Yeah.
He does weddings.
Yeah. So hey, just whatever works. But
And he's laughing because he hadn't done any of those.
He's off camera, he can laugh.
Yes, he can.
But thank you so much for having us. And if you have any questions or anything, or interested in career and technical training, please, give us a call.
Well, we'll keep in touch, Terry.
Okay.
We sure will. Okay, I don't know, you've been so patient. I'm going to go with you first, Hannah.
Okay.
Hannah Tidman is a co-owner of a new business we have, and it is called, well, it's not really new, but it's new to the chamber, Short Mountain Cultures.
It still feels like we're new. We're just starting our second year, so we're doing a lot of new stuff, and it just constantly feels
And you do
new.
some really unique things. I mean, and now you're starting a new line of actual, like a market
Yes, yes. So
of organic.
that's
products.
our real new thing right now is we're starting to pick up some locally made products and organic grocery items that we want to make available to people in Cannon County when they come into the
Well,
store.
I noticed
So-
you had cornmeal,
Yes,
and you had the yellow and the white.
Uh-huh.
And there were chips.
right. And so those products right there, it's like the woman that makes those tortilla chips, she's a grandmother, and she picks up the corn straight from the farm in southern Kentucky, brings it to her shop, and grinds the corn and makes those chips fresh every week. And you're not going to find something like that just on, the shelf of the regular grocery store. We're trying
No,
to
you're
pick
not.
special products that are made in a high quality way, but still make them affordable and accessible to the residents of Cannon County.
And then you have the tempeh, of course,
Right.
which is, that's a protein
It
product,
is.
isn't it?
So the kind of the two things we've got going, we've got the retail store, but then we also manufacture a few food products that are made with different forms of fermentation. So we're making sauerkraut, which is something
Right.
that a lot of people are familiar with. We hear from people almost every week reminiscing of stories of making sauerkraut with their grandmother, and stories of these medieval torture kind of devices of a stick with a club on the end that they just remember their grandmother just smashing away at that cabbage. And it's really exciting to be I know, but these are memories that people are formed when they're kids. So I think it's always a little scarier when you're a kid. It's just like such
I
a
remember my grandmother and my husband's mother did that, but I don't remember them ever beating up the cabbage. I know they used to churn butter, and I
Yeah.
thought that took forever
yes. Well, it does.
for a little thing of butter about that big.
But we're really happy to be part of this revival of fermented foods, and we're bringing it back at a time before it's out of the memory of people.
Right.
And these are traditional methods that are producing food that's really great for your digestion and for your it's got the probiotics that so many people are hearing from their doctors that they should put into their diets, that helps break down proteins and just helps to ease the digestion, which is great.
You ship out a lot of things, don't you?
We don't ship. It's actually our business model is it's a little unique. We're all the produce that we use in our sauerkraut is all grown in Middle Tennessee, and we offer that exclusively in Middle Tennessee. So we do go, in addition to selling in Cannon County at our shop and also through the Morningside Buying Club, which is a natural foods buying club that's been in the county for many, many years. We go to some farmers markets in Nashville and in Franklin and in Murfreesboro every week. So we're really trying to
Spread the word.
we're trying to spread the word, but we're also really proud of Middle Tennessee, and
Right.
we're proud of the relationships that we're forming with the farmers and with our customers, and we're happy to be able to go to the market and put that product right in the customer's hand and have a relationship.
And tell them really what's in it.
Yes, exactly. And so the tempeh that you mentioned is another product that we make, and that's it's a vegetable protein. It's made with organic beans and grains, and it's a product that many vegetarians are familiar with, but also hearing from people and what their doctors are recommending, it's a great source of protein that gets away from different
fat.
animal proteins. It's low in fat, it's high in fiber, it's easy to digest, and it's just full of great nutrients. And so it's a good option for people who are looking to try something a little different, or maybe have some
Health issues.
Yeah, some issues that their doctor has recommended, or are just adventurous eaters. It has a delicious flavor, a lot more flavor than tofu, which is kind of, it's something that more
tasted
people
tofu.
have heard of. But tempeh it's got kind of a nutty flavor to it, and it's delicious. We have one variety that we make with black-eyed peas, which is, you know, a Southern favorite.
My husband would probably like that.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, and we're planning the next thing we've got coming up is in another month or two here, when the pickling cucumbers start, we're going to be making like sour dill pickles in the traditional way. So we're just really excited about fermentation and local food and promoting local
A
foods.
lot of interest in that.
Absolutely.
Fermentation, a lot of interest in that right now.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And that's great. And this is so unique. Your store is attached to the Art Center.
Correct.
And so when people come in the gift shop, you can go right around the corner and you're in the kitchen. And that's where all this is done and where they have all of this. And many people come in looking for you.
Yeah, well.
They don't know to turn the corner.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. And, you know, we're starting, I guess some of the other products that we're carrying that are local products that I'll mention is that we're getting kind of fresh from the farm cream top milk from Hatcher Dairy, which is a 5th generation farm in Franklin. And we're also carrying farm eggs that are from right here in Cannon County. So
Local chickens.
yes, local chickens, local chickens. So
I always laugh because there's on Old Murfreesboro Highway, there's a sign over there that says, Happy Chicken Ranch.
okay.
I've always wondered if that was really what they do, or if they have happy chickens there, or if it's just a name, you know, so.
Yeah, you know, there's this saying out there, you know, we're carrying a lot of organic stuff, which there isn't a lot of stuff available in Cannon County that is labeled organic, but there's this saying out here that I think some people can relate to, which is organic food, or as my grandparents used to call it, food, you know, and so we're really
Healthy food.
Yes, exactly. We're sticking to the traditional ways of just that really takes care of the earth and takes care of our bodies and nutrition in a great way.
There's
So
nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
There isn't a thing.
not at all.
I'm running short on time, so I'm going to have to go over here to Lindsay. And Lindsay is with us today with Everything Art Center, right?
That's right. We've got a lot of good things coming up at the Art Center. First of all, this coming weekend, which is, that's the 6th, we're having a pre-Mother's Day sale. And that will go on in our gift shop, and we're putting a lot of the crafts and a lot of the artist work on sale. So maybe mom needs something from our gift shop or some kind of art. Jewelry, absolutely. There'll be all of the above on sale for this weekend. So that's coming up this Saturday, and we're open 10 to 4 on Saturday. And definitely check out the kitchen while you're here for the sale. And then actually our newest show that opens tomorrow is Lyle the Crocodile. It's a part of our Young at Art children's series, and it's about an adorable crocodile that performs and likes Turkish caviar. And he lives in New York City, and he's a very unique crocodile, and it's a really fun show for the whole family. So
New York City in a small apartment.
yes, that's right. And the family that he lives with found him in the bathtub when they moved in. So there
Oh,
you
well,
go.
all right. I was just saying that. I didn't really know that.
Yes, yeah, it's a children's book series by Bernard Weber, and he wrote the book series, and then they made it into a musical, and now it's here.
Here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a fun musical. We have shows this weekend on the 6th at 2 o'clock, and also on the 13th at 2 o'clock. So definitely check that out. It's just a fun show for everyone. And the other thing I want to talk about was our summer conservatory for our students. We do a summer camp at the Arts Center that teaches you all about acting and singing and dancing and being on stage, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a 2-week program, and at the end of the 2 weeks they do a performance, a showcase to show everyone what they've learned, and they get to perform in front of their friends and family. And I just think it's a great way to get kids involved in the arts. And I might be a little biased because I've always been in the arts, but I feel like the arts are a great way to get kids to learn some basic life skills, and in a fun way. I mean, communicating with other people, confidence, I mean, there are just a bunch of things. So I think it's a great program for that. And even if you haven't had any experience on stage, this is the way to do it. So
And they come in really shy sometimes. They don't leave that way, but they come in
we break them out of their
really
shell
shy.
pretty quickly.
Yes.
And they're having fun and they're making
Hey,
new friends.
it is. It's
and
great.
It's a wonderful program. So we have that. We have several sessions. So if you're going into first through sixth grade, you'll be part of our junior conservatory, and we have our first session are the first 2 weeks of June, and our second session are the second 2 weeks of June for junior conservatory. It's 9 to 3 every day of the week. And then for our older students going into 7th grade through 12th grade, we have our senior conservatory, which takes place in July. It's the same 2 weeks with a performance at the end, and that is July 10th through the 22nd, I believe. So it's just a really fun time, and we've got some really great teachers this year, so we're excited about it. So definitely join us for conservatory, give us a call, and we'll get you signed up. And then the shows that are coming up at the Art Center, part of this summer, part of our regular season, Peter and the Starcatcher, that opens June 2nd and runs through the 17th. And we have a favorite, Annie, July 7th
Oh,
through
that'll
the 22nd.
be a big one. Annie will be a big one.
It's going to be a great show. They've already started reading through the script and started rehearsals with the cast. It's going to be a great show. So that opens July 7th through the 22nd. Be sure to grab your family and come out and see that. It'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
So,
Christmas show.
right. So the big announcement: our Christmas show for the Young at Art series is Best Christmas Pageant Ever, which is based on a novel. A lot of kids study it in school. I know I studied it in school, and it's a really fun play. And it's all about, kind of the true meaning of Christmas, and we're excited to bring that one to the stage.
Do we have any concerts, any groups scheduled?
Our next concert, I believe, is in August.
Okay.
And it's kind of a Hank Williams tribute.
Okay.
So-
Oh, well, hey, that's going to bring a crowd. It
We
is
hope
going to
so.
bring a
We
crowd.
hope so.
All right. Well, Lindsay, we thank you.
Thank you.
And Hannah, it's been great. You've told us a lot of things. And you went over and bought something and brought it back, didn't you?
Yes, I did, which was not even my homework, but I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
pretend like it was. I didn't even know you were stepping on when I left here, and I saw what you were just talking about, so I found, let me tell you something about this guy as an attorney. He loves sauerkraut.
All right.
All right. So
Sauerkraut.
there you go.
And I maybe bought my assistant some almonds that are in there, and I'm going to try whatever is going on with the
Some turkey jerky.
cilantro lime turkey jerky, and also some lovely organic almonds that my assistant's going to enjoy.
Well, great,
So I'm going
great.
to come back like I'm on one of the as seen on TV people, and
That's right.
I'm going to demonstrate this is how easy it is to find these.
That's
We
right.
appreciate it. And I'll
Right.
just really quickly mention that we're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, and then on Saturday from 10 to 4. So pretty close to the same hours as the Art Center. So please come check us both out.
They're open right now.
They are.
Look at that. You just
So if
walk
you don't
right
have anything to do, just run on
in.
down
I'm sorry
here.
I barged my way back in. I just
That's
wanted-
all right.
wanted to
Thank
demonstrate-
you for purchasing.
Demonstrate how easy it is to find. I'm going to tell you, I would eat sauerkraut with everything if I could. So I'm going to find out how much I can put it with.
All
That's
right.
unusual. Usually you don't hear that.
that.
Okay. I do have a couple of events. Good Old Days, May 19th and 20th on the square. You'll be able to enjoy food, pageants, dog shows, games, entertainment, parade on Saturday. There's a little something for everyone, and that is a fundraiser for our senior center. And then the end of the month, we have the Cannon County Walking Horse Association and their Memorial Day trail ride, and that goes on. You just bring your horse and go out to the fairgrounds, get on it and ride all the way to Short Mountain and to their campground, and they have a whole weekend of fun. So I think we are out of time, and I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next month.